In 2010, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the sequel to one of my favorite video game franchises, was given an official trailer at E3 2010. While I was excited to see one of my favorite franchises brought back from the dead, I will never forget the first time I saw him. The white hair, the red coat, big sword, twin pistols, all with a cocky smile on his face. The second that trailer was over, I went on their website and found out as much information as I could about this man. That's where it all began. I fell in love with Devil May Cry. I watched all the cutscenes from every game and numerous gameplay and combo videos. At the time, the HD collection wasn't a thing, so I had to go out of my way to play the whole series. I bought a PS2 my neighbor was selling, and went out to a used game store to buy and play Devil May Cry 3. I loved everything about the series: the world, the action, the story, the gameplay, and most importantly, the characters. I can't get enough of these characters, and I seek out any piece of media that includes them. From anime to comic books to DS games to Japanese stage plays I can't understand. I love Devil May Cry, and as a little kid, I couldn't wait to experience the next chapter of the Devil May Cry saga. When DMC Devil May Cry was announced, I felt empty. What I thought at first to be a prequel to 3 turned out to be a reboot of the franchise. It didn't make sense. The story wasn't finished, and there were so many unanswered questions. After the definitive edition of DMC was announced, and there was an end credits announcement for DMC 4 Special Edition, I lost my mind. This was it. Devil May Cry was coming back. I did everything I could to support the franchise, even if it meant supporting the reboot to make sure Devil May Cry was alive somehow. I bought the definitive edition, and I pre-ordered the 4 Special Edition the second I was able to. And then, nothing. For years I was hoping, praying for the original franchise to return. I sat patiently waiting for an announcement at every reveal event because I just had a feeling right in my gut that Devil May Cry was alive. And it was. And it is. And now, Devil May Cry 5 is just around the corner after a decade of waiting, and I can't wait to get my hands on the full game. So I want to say thank you. Thank you, Hideki Kamiya, for creating this character and the world he lives in. Thank you, Capcom, for putting your trust in this IP and letting it prosper into this beautiful franchise. Thank you, Ninja Theory. Without your reboot, the drive for Devil May Cry 5 may not have existed. Thank you to the Devil May Cry community. Without our persistence, we may have never gotten our sequel. Thank you to the DMC subreddit for bringing us together and for hosting the charity events in honor of Chris Taylor. Thank you to people like Vash TSB, Chaser Tech, Redgrave Kyo, and many more for keeping DMC and its community alive. Thank you, Itsuno-san, for taking the world Kamiya created and expanding upon it, creating my favorite game of all time, Devil May Cry 3. Thank you for listening to the fans and giving us Devil May Cry 5, and making sure it's as perfect as it can possibly be. Thank you, Matt Walker, for producing the game and interacting with the fans as much as possible, answering questions, taking feedback, and bringing the hype for DMC 5. Thank you to everyone who worked on this game, and thank you to everyone who promoted this game with advertising, trailers, sponsoring the Anime Awards, giving us merch, making a bike, and giving us a freaking rock concert that I have my tickets for and can't wait to go to. Thank you for promoting the hell out of DMC 5 and giving it the attention it deserves. Thank you, Johnny Young Bosch, for being our Nero. I might not have liked the character at first, but now he's alongside Dante as one of my all-time favorite characters in fictional media. That's largely because of your performance. I hope to meet you someday, and thank you in person. Thank you, Dan Southworth, for being our Virgil. You made Virgil your own, and your interaction and support for your fans and this franchise is aspiring. While I'm here, a quick side note. Thank you for being my favorite Power Ranger. As a kid, you inspired me to stand up to bullies who picked on me and picked on others. I hope I get to meet you someday, and thank you in person. Thank you, Ruben Langdon, for being our Dante. I met you at Anime Expo 2014, and you were one of the nicest people I've ever met. Thank you for talking to me and giving me advice on working as a fight choreographer and stuntman. Thank you for everything you've done, and I hope to meet you again someday to thank you in person. Thank you, Nero, for showing us that it's okay to be different, and that you'll always be loved for who you are. Thank you, Virgil, for showing me how to be powerful in times of weakness. Thank you, Dante, for teaching me to face all my problems with a smile and devil may care attitude. Thank you, Devil May Cry. Thank you for challenging me with addictive gameplay and stylish combos. Thank you for helping me through many hard times in my childhood all the way up through my adult years. Thank you for always being there to cheer me up when I'm down and remind me that it's okay to cry, because devils never cry, and that's what makes us human. Thank you, Devil May Cry.